What is up, JL Life Modo here. And today we're going to be talking about Missy's Teraflex track bar. Stay tuned. So Misty has been experiencing a clinking while she's driving. It's been going on for about 2 months. I know. I've been lazy, as I've mentioned before. There's just been a lot of things moving around in my life. I haven't really had time to give a lot of attention to the Jeeps, but it sounded like it was going to be the track bar, and the way we were able to diagnose this is Misty would turn the steering wheel left to right, and you'd be able to feel the clink. Let me give you some history on Misty's track bar that we currently have underneath Heathen. It is the Teraflex heavy-duty track bar. We installed it about 1.5 years ago. We picked it because it seemed like a well-designed track bar. However, when we got the first one, within 4 weeks, we started having this same problem with Heathen, the heavy clunking going back and forth while turning the wheel. Well, we diagnosed it as the track bar, contacted Teraflex. To Teraflex credit, they sent us a new one. However, there was a caveat. They wanted the old one back and said we had to ship it back to them. And I will, again, put credit where it's due. They sent a shipping label for it, so we didn't have to pay shipping for it. So we swapped in the new one, and there was no problems for about a year and almost 1.5 years. Now, the bizarre thing, recently, within the last 4 weeks, I have been getting a handful of comments on that previous video asking about the clunking in the track bar, which just is so weird because I started experiencing it a second time at about the same time all these comments were coming through. An easy way I would have diagnosed this problem in the past is I had a spare track bar, and I would just pop out the track bars, throw in the one that is only used for diagnosing, drive around, see if that fixed the problem. Then if that was a problem, I'd fix whatever needed to be fixed with the track bar. However, I don't have it anymore. What had happened was an acquaintance reached out to me, and oddly enough, was having a problem with the same track bar. God, this is so weird. And he asked me if I had a spare track bar that he could use to see if this was the problem he was experiencing. I loaned it to him, and I haven't seen it since. He has contacted me at some point, months and months after him telling me that it was indeed the track bar, and Teraflex sent him a new one.
But we still don't have our track bar.
I still don't have my track bar, and the only time he offered to give it back to him is if he wanted to borrow more of my tools, which I didn't greenlight that. But I digress. So the way to diagnose something, a clicking noise, is to replicate what's causing it. And it's usually from turning the tires left to right. Now, we tried doing this with the tires off the ground. We couldn't replicate it. So we were able to replicate it with the tires on the ground. I would suggest doing it in gravel or in dirt, not to do it on concrete. As you can see, these scrub marks from the tire, it just prematurely wears your tires. Inserting the clip here, you can hear the clicking of the track bar. A good way to also ensure it's coming from where you think it is to get your hand and put it up underneath the Jeep on the track bar. Be extremely careful not to be putting your hand where you would not put your penis. By that, I mean, careful, you're not going to put it somewhere where it's going to get pinched. So I do feel the click coming from here. However, just to be 100% sure that is the track bar, so we're not wasting money on another track bar, I'm just going to swap out the track bar from Bromance, put it underneath Heathen, We're going to test drive it. Now you may be asking me, Mo, I know you have a rock crawler track bar as well. Well, we do. The joints are shot and I need to rebuild it.
You have to readjust it to put it back in yours.
It's one of the reasons I liked having a spare. As you can see,
there it goes.
Works smarter.
That works. Haha, tricks of the trade.
Now, it's ready for test.
Time to go for a test drive. Drive around, do some turning and whatnot, things that make it go click. See if it's still clicking. Boop. So I came over here real quick into this dirt lot. So that way I can try and be less abrasive on my tires, and let's see what happens with the clinky clunk. I hear no clinky clunks. Damn it.
So looking closer at this Teraflex track bar, this is the side to the axle. It's the same damn problem we were having with the first one. The first thing I would go to check to something like this is to make sure your clamp is tight. Well, as you can see, it's already tight, but still does it. So even after torquing that hella down, still doing that. The joint itself is really loose, and I can actually feel grinding metal on metal in there. Of course, you can pop that off. There's supposed to be grease in there. It's not loose in there, just the joint, and of course there's no grease search, so you just have to insert grease that way. This side, which felt like where the clunking was coming from, this build's tight still. It had to been coming from axle side. Found what the problem was. It's the track bar. Now I just got to go back underneath, get my track bar back under my Jeep, because it's my track bar. It's not Misty's. And we're going to have to decide whether she wants to rebuild the rock crawler track bar or try a different track bar. The nice thing about track bars, they're not too expensive, but they're super important. If you guys have any suggestions, by all means, drop them down below. And if you're that acquaintance who has my track bar, please return it. I shouldn't have to be doing this. What the fuck? But guys, I hope you learned something. I don't recommend the Teraflex track bar. And I'm sure someone's going to sit there and tell me that Teraflex is the bee's knees. Well, I'm not going to listen to you, because my experience on multiple occasions has been the opposite. But guys, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Keep it easy.